Delta.
And this is more fun just because it's lightweight and then you can kind of...
And it's like from the old days.
Okay.
And,
we're almost looking at World War I technology.
Yeah, and it's a biplane. You know, it has two wings.
Oh, there's actually a secondary, I thought it was just an upper wing, but there's a secondary
wing
down there too. Okay.
It's a biplane.
So you stand up, get in, under, and...
There's lots of headroom. But like I say, the YouTube shows you the proper way to get into the front cockpit.
So you need to be flexible.
I'm hoping I will be.
So they might help you in this way.
Whatever they're gonna throw me at.
Just not head first.
Yeah.
It looks like a lot of fun.
You can see how sweet it is, eh? But it's plain, you know.
And this has controls from both front and back?
Yes. So if I want to fly it.
Have you ever flown before?
Yes. Oh.
Did you have a license at one time?
No.
Okay, so you never flew directly with a license?
No.
But he lets you at times use
when we
controls.
go up, a lot of times they let me take over.
Okay.
And one of them...
George, will you demonstrate, let me hold your camera the correct way.
You have to hold here, and then you put your foot over into the cockpit, you grab the other one, and then you bring in and you slide down in. I'm not going to do
it. Right on there, Steerman pilot recovery. So you start with that.
See, so that would, and Dennis helps me up. So I hold on to here. I'm not going to.
No.
I do this. I get up on here.
Okay, under the tread area here.
You have to stand here, otherwise you fall through.
Okay.
It's fabric, eh? So, see the one grip up there?
Yeah.
Once I get up there, I grab onto the left handle.
Okay.
And then, while I'm holding on, like,
okay.
then I reach over and grab the far handle.
Okay, and then you can get on and then...
And now, I have a good grip. I have one foot in the cockpit, a good grip, so I'm able to bring this one over and down. Then I let go. When we're teaching someone to fly with the instructor in the rear cockpit, and if there's only 3, maybe 4, let's say 100, but a lot of them are just volunteers, like working on the Mosquito, working on the Lancaster. Very few fly.
They do sometimes get rides though. The volunteers can go ride with Dennis if he's in.
Yeah, if they're a volunteer, it's generally free. But if it's a paid ride, it's $150 for about 20 minutes. Take off and land 20 minutes.
Okay.
So it's probably half an hour. And the fuel, the upkeep, it's just finished its annual down on Lake Erie.
Okay, on Lake Erie, okay.
So they're gonna, and then the 2 chipmunks are gonna fly there Friday, gonna be doing rides for people. Anybody wants to fly, they can pay to do a ride. And it's well worth. Now, up in Hamilton, which is the Canadian Warbirds Heritage Museum, fantastic place. They have the only Lancaster flying in Canada.
And that's up in Hamilton that actually has a flying Lancaster.
Yes. Now, they have a Stearman where we charge $150, they charge $250.
Okay, because they're near Toronto, so they charge the big bucks.
Well, and they have a lot of upkeep.
Okay. Well, this looks like a lot of fun to fly.
Oh, it is, eh?
And it's probably a nice leisurely ride. You're just kind of going along. It's not...
Oh, once we're airborne. The others...
Like tripod, yeah.
Tricycle landing gear. So takeoffs and landings, it's over.
Oh, he has to... Does he have to wag it back and forth at all?
Just when we're taxiing.
Okay.
We did get a grant from the government to maintain the hangar, to do a lot of innovations. We put all new lights in, the flooring, the roof, because this originally is number 7 elementary training school from the World War II, when they sent potential pilots from all of the Allied countries, like New Zealand, Australia, England, here to learn to fly on a Tiger Moth. And this was developed way back in 1941. So it's an old anchor. So we did get funds from the government recently to renovate. Some time ago, maybe 12, 14 years ago, I came over to the airport to take some pictures. And I was standing outside the fence, and a fellow by the name of Kevin, he was washing his airplane. And he saw me with drool coming down, asked me if I wanted to come in. I said, sure. So he went all the way around, opened the door for me to come in so I could take pictures of him washing his airplane. Then later, he was the president of EAA Chapter 185. And EAA is Experimental Aircraft Association. And they had a Labor Day weekend fly-in out in Kingsville on a grass strip called Schwab's. He has 2 strips, grass strips. So they invited our radio control club to come out and fly.
Now, had you been in radio control before this time? You said 12 years ago you came here, but you'd been doing radio control for a while?
I was in radio control since 1972.
Long time.
But I didn't go out to fly radio control. I went out to take pictures. And my other friends flew radio control. And I had a Nikon 950. It was one of the original that twisted. A real relic. I think it was 1.5 megapixels. Anyway, I took a lot of pictures. Then I asked Kevin Mayville, the president, if he would like me to do a website. So this guy does websites. So I did one, showed him. They invited me to a meeting. And they loved it. The next meeting, they made me an honorary lifetime official photographer of EA Chapter 185. Now, I was a member of CH2A, paying my dues. They heard of EAA giving me a lifetime membership, so they couldn't be outdone. They did the same for me. So I have a lifetime membership and official photographer of CH2A, EAA, and now the Windsor Flying Club did the same thing. So.
Are you going to retire sometime, or are you just going to keep working?
No, as long as my walker holds out. Name is George Mark. I'm born in Windsor, Ontario. Actually, Ford City, before we became Windsor. Back in March of 1925, I just turned 88 years old. Had a birthday flight in the airplane you see behind us. Dennis Schreier, my pilot son, and his birthday is also on March 5th.
If I remember right, you worked at Chrysler?
Yes, I started as a junior clerk in the cost department a week after my 16th birthday. And I didn't know, I started a Wednesday at noon, and I didn't know till Friday how much money I was going to make. If I could make $12 a week, I'd be fantastic. And my boss called me in Friday afternoon. He said, George, you're on 3 months probation, but we're going to start you off at $4 a day. Wow, $20 a week. Had the world by, no, yeah.
And what year was this? What
Was it 1941?
1941 you started, and you
A
were
week
$4 a day.
after my birthday. Gee, those are nice airplanes.
Cute.
Yeah.
How are you today? Oh.
Hi,
How are you?
Doing fine. I have 2 friends I'm giving a tour. They're from Michigan.
Well, this storm is starting to rivet the underside of it. There's one door that I've almost finished.
And what are you doing?
I don't know, whiskey in the
These
jar.
are older skins. I'm gonna buff them out and this is the other door, the port outer one. And I'm just taking the skins off right now. I'm gonna buff them off the bed and then we're gonna clean it. But no, this is the difficult one. So we're gonna start. Are those rivets? No, these are what Plico. They're temporary fasteners, so you can hold it in place, get an idea, drill out the skin, and then you rivet it. Those are old skins being refurbished? Some of them are old skins, some of them are ones that we made. They're almost entirely new skins. Just because the old ones were in such bad condition.
Right now I'm working on a rudder piece. Actually the rudder attaches right here and this is the fin. And right now I'm just drilling out, they're called blind rivets. I'm drilling them out so we can get this skin off and take a look at what's going on inside. Just this individual piece or the entire project? The piece, it'd probably take us a couple weeks because we got, like I said, we got to take a look, see what's going on inside because it's kind of hard to tell when you can't see anything, right? So when we take a look inside, we'll be able to make a better guess at how long it's going to take us. That piece right there, that's a big piece of the tail set. That's the part that comes out on the side. Right now we're working on putting new skins on, as well as fixing any damage that may be wrong with the inside of the frame.
Single piece of sheet metal? Okay. Because it's all one piece. And I remember they were quite unhappy when they, because they cut them off and put it in. Yeah. They said that was a valid loss. Yeah.
No,
That's interesting. Those look like some kind of oil tanks.
be the radiators for the engines.
Oh.
Now, remember last time you could get to the cockpit?
Yes.
Well, you can't now.
Okay, they've got it torn right open, don't they? When we were here before, the wings were probably in the exact same position, but
Yeah.
why don't you go ahead and tell us a little bit about them, because I don't know a whole lot of the history and what we're looking at.
Well, as you can see, all the connections have been taken apart. Eventually, all of the rods and so forth have to be replaced. And look at, just a major job. They used to work during the war. With maintenance, they'd work right with the complete airplane. The mechanics
critical tubing and wiring that goes in with the wing. We also have a large fuel tank on each side that would carry the fuel for the 4 engines that were on there.
Also, the ailerons.
Okay, yeah, the control surfaces for the actual flight.
And they were actually rotting when it was on in Jackson Park on the concrete pedestal. We had to take the ailerons off because they were just rotting. We recommend anybody, and there's not too many Lancasters left, is to get them inside somewhere. I believe there's only, I'm guessing, maybe 15.
Bill, you want to get on tape?
Introduce you to Ron Holden.
Yeah.
I told you retired. See on the side?
Oh,
He flew this.
he flew that. Oh my gosh.
He was stationed all over Europe at different times. In Gibraltar,
Okay, yep.
in Germany. He flew F-104s, starfighters.
Yeah, those were like a rocket.
Yeah.
The wings were about that big.
Yeah, yeah.
But he flew this when he started out. He was flying this.